Hi everybody, it's Dory. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the channel that I have been documenting my weight loss surgery journey since September 12th of 2016. I am excited to be making another video. It has been quite some time, maybe just about a week or so, week and something, but in any event, it always does me good to speak to you guys. So first off, if you guys are new here and you haven't subscribed yet, I would be excited for you guys to hit the bell, subscribe to my channel, post a comment below, let me know what you think of my videos and my channel, and that would be great. So let me start by saying I'm Dory. I am 47 years old, 5'4" tall. As I said, I had surgery on September 12th of 2016 with Dr. Darren Tischler at Hartford Hospital in Hartford, Connecticut. My highest recorded weight was 350 pounds. My surgery weight was 300.5. My goal originally was 160, and I reached that and exceeded that about, I want to say 2 months ago. And I got down to 156.3. Because of just what's been going on in life and what's been going on with the virus and worries and just my life not being the way that it normally is, I have turned to food once again for comfort and have gained back some weight. I am 172. I fluctuate between 170 and 172. I definitely have been giving in to a lot of my cravings and a lot of my comfort foods that I normally did not eat before. As I told you guys in my last video, I had started eating popcorn every night and drinking wine. The wine isn't that big a deal. I have it a couple nights ago. I didn't have any. I had some last night. I have 2 little bottles of pink Moscato or regular Moscato. And they're it's like maybe 4 point something carbs for, or 5, I think it's 5.5 carbs for 2 for the glass. It's just 1 glass. I never have more than that. Sometimes I only have half of a glass. But it's great. It helps me actually sleep at night, which is phenomenal because I was having a really hard time when my niece was getting ready to leave. I was having a lot of anxiety, and so I was having a lot of issues with sleeping. So since I last updated you guys about the nighttime snacking on popcorn, I have since not repurchased popcorn, and so that's been fine because it's not been in my pantry, so I have not desired it. I'm sure if it was there, I would definitely be eating it all. I don't feel like I'm at the point where I have overcome the cravings or that I'm acting strong enough to combat them at all. My daughter the other day, our school system here, of course schools are out. We're on quarantine. Today's day 17 of my kids being on quarantine. I went out a couple of times, but about a week ago we decided that my husband would be the only one that would leave the house, just trying to not get the COVID-19 virus in our home. And since he has to work, we decided he would be the designated person to go get groceries if needed, or, you know, Tylenol if we needed, or something like that. So his work schedule, they started, he is in the Air National Guard. He had started last week or 2 weeks ago, where they would have 1 week on and 1 week off. So he's off 1 week for administrative leave, and they're fluctuating between, you know, a group of people will fluctuate each week. So he went back to work today. He's on 5 days off for 9, on 5 off for 9. So this is his week to be on. He did go to work today, and he was working. And then a coworker who is always there, and they share the same computers in the same area, decided that he would let them know that his girlfriend tested positive for COVID-19, and they live together. And so, of course, the boss is heard and he got sent home. But now everyone, of course, is on heightened alert. And my husband has to take his temperature every morning before going to work for this week. And if it's over 100.3, he has to call and he can't go in. So thankfully, none of us have gotten it. None of us have had a high fever at all. But of course, that is something that we are very much aware of. I just wish everybody would just stay home. People are out shopping for Easter baskets, candy. People are just out. Some people are playing basketball in the city over from us. Took all the basketball courts out, all the tennis courts. Now people are out there golfing and they're like, this has got to stop. Stupid people need to just stop going out of their homes while we are trying to contain this. And I don't care. There was a woman who used to watch my videos. I had much respect for her. She commented on my videos a couple weeks ago telling me that I was being paranoid and yada yada. And after going back and forth, I just decided to block her. And so, you know, it's ridiculous. And so, you know, people think that they know what they're doing or what they're saying, and they think that they're correct in telling people, oh, you know, you don't have to stay home. But I'm sorry, but if you're not a first responder and you're not on the front lines, you don't know what you're talking about. So you can keep the rest of it. And people sharing misinformation is another thing that's really holding us back as a society from getting back to normal sooner. People are posting these crazy things that if you drink lemon water, you know, with bicarbonate something, I don't know, it's just ridiculous. But people are posting like all this ridiculous stuff. My friend, who is a trauma nurse and has been for many, many years, she just keeps sending me things on Facebook and trying to get the real word out instead of having people make up things or pass things along. Passing fake information is just as bad as not passing any good information anyway. But anyway, so I'm not going to talk too much about that. So anyhow, so we are going to be on alert for my husband. What I've been doing since February is I had stocked up on things that I knew that I would need. I don't know why I knew that I needed it, because it was before anything really broke, but I knew that I needed like Lysol spray and gloves and disinfectant wipes and toilet paper and paper towels. And I didn't go crazy, but I did stock up enough that I don't need any of those things. And that was back in the middle of February. And then I got enough gloves where I was able to donate a couple of boxes of medical gloves. I don't use the medical gloves for the sole purpose of not having viruses around. I actually use them to clean so that I don't have to mess up my nails and not have to have them done that often and don't weaken them. And so I wear gloves every time I am washing dishes, loading and unloading the dishwasher, whether I'm cleaning bathrooms, whatever I'm doing, I have gloves on. If I take out the trash, change the trash, I'm wearing gloves. So anyhow, so anyway, so I was saying that, you know, every night I have, once the kids go to bed and we've cleaned the whole first floor, then I just spray Lysol on everything. So all of our couches and blankets and remote control and door handles and doorknobs and light switches and just everything. I spray it into the air. I spray our whole kitchen table down. The placemats are washed and then I spray those down, and everything is just left on the first floor to dry for the night. And just kill anything that may or may not have been there. When I get a delivery from Amazon, which is where I've been getting a lot of my things, I had cat food delivered and I had a nice shirt sort of like this, almost the same color, but it says Blessed Mimi, because my daughter-in-law is due for her baby tomorrow. No labor yet, but soon I will be a Mimi. Of course, it's a bummer because I will not be able to go to the hospital to see her and meet her for the first time. We will only be able to do that on FaceTime until, I don't know, I don't even want to think about it. It makes me sad to think that I might not be able to physically meet her till she's a couple months old or 3-4 months. But I'm going to choose to not think about that right now. And then my other daughter So that's my son, my oldest son, and his wife are having the baby. And then my daughter, who's 25, is also pregnant, and she actually has to go to her 20-week ultrasound on Friday alone, because of this virus. And so we're going to FaceTime and all that. And I know she's wicked nervous because she's had a miscarriage before, a couple of them. And so she just doesn't want to go in there and not see the flicker of the heartbeat. And she's going to be alone just with her boyfriend, myself, and her boyfriend's mom on FaceTime. And so I'm just praying that everything will be okay. But yeah, so I mean, COVID-19 has affected our lives, and I just try to be proactive about it and not complain and just keep my kids in the house. And we have an amazing support system with our church. Our church does every morning at 8 a.m. You can go, and they have a Facebook Live devotional every morning at 8 a.m. Monday through Friday, and Saturdays is at 10. And then we have Wednesday nights is church service at 7. And then at 10 a.m. on Sunday, we have church service, and we have communion. And people have baked the little communion pieces, communion bread, baked it and dropped it off to us in our mailbox. And then a friend of mine was selling an iPad Air and an iPad 2, I think. And I needed them for my kids' schoolwork, and then one for me. And so I was able to pay him through Venmo, and then he went and dropped them off. So we don't have to, nobody sees each other. We just drop it off on each other's porch. Or like the gloves, I had my friend bring them to her friend who's a nurse who was asking for the medical gloves. And so I just leave them out on my porch, and they come at their convenience, and then they let me know when they pick it up. So we don't really see each other. We can wave to each other, but we're really trying to be proactive and not, we can still live life. I don't feel like, I mean, come on, guys. I put up a meme on Facebook, like our grandfathers went off to war, and all we're asked to do is sit home on our couch. Like, most of us have a couch and a bed and plenty of food and money and things that we need. And most of us, are able to get through this. I mean, 4 kids. I have 4 kids. I have like 9 different teachers because my daughter is in middle school, my 11-year-old, and we have a lot to be thankful for. And so I'm just trying to be thankful and just really be above reproach, and just really continue living this wonderful life and enjoying the journey that I am on. Am I kind of going nuts as far as the weight thing? A little. Am I letting it control me? Not really. I definitely feel like the school year they have given us, so I live in Massachusetts, and they gave us until April 30th. I know the president, this is a countrywide thing, but the president put April 30th as still being quarantined, and we're supposed to start school on May 4th. And this week they started the remote schooling, or whatever it's called, remote learning program, and we never had that before, so we're all kind of navigating it together, and I don't know what to make of it yet. But I did set up, we have a Chromebook that the school gave us. I have a laptop. I have several iPads. And so we're doing Zoom meetings with the teachers, and I'm just trying to get on top of it because there's so much, and the teachers are trying to overcompensate for what they're not able to do with the kids now. And so, they're saying we're going back to school on May 4th. It was supposed to be April 6th. Then it changed to May 4th. And quite honestly, I'm going to tell you that we're just climbing up that ladder, and we're not even to the top of the mountain in Massachusetts. In my city, there's a little bit over 20 people who are positive. And I only have a city of 56,000. And so, I know that that's going to climb astronomically. And so we're just kind of trying to get through everything, and just trying to navigate life. But I'm going to tell you that we will not be going to school this year. I just know they're going to cancel. We normally go through June, but if we're going back May 4th, a month, like 6 weeks into school, I don't think that they're going to do that, especially since I don't believe we're going to hit peak until May. possibly June. Now it stinks because my other daughter, who has her ultrasound on Friday, she's going to be due in August, and we're planning a baby shower in July. But we can't really do a baby shower in July because we're not allowed to have over 25 people, I believe, or it might be 10 gathered in a place. So a lot of the banquet halls are closed down. And so we're just trying to we're just trying to navigate life right now. And I know all of you guys are doing the same thing. You guys are all just trying to navigate through life and kind of figure out what is working and what is not working. So I'm kind of, I'm kind of on alert as far as the weight gain, that I don't want it to get so out of control. I hate even being out of the 160s. To be 172, 170 is, really not where I want to be. I'm not sure why I'm so itchy. Jeesh. And so that's not where I want to be. I think it's got to be from, it's got to be the extra carbs is my only guess. But like, I smell different. I smell like sulfur. I don't even know how to say it. Like, I don't even know. I smell like metal. And I think sometimes when I smelled metal before, it was all the toxins that were being released from my body and all the junky food I was eating. And that's going to be my best guess. I have no idea if that's right. But I'm going to do some meal prep tomorrow. I'm going to make some fish, and I'm going to make some taco meat to have. I did actually have 5 pounds of taco meat that I had portioned out. And it was about probably 4 or 5 days after I made it when they let us know finally on Saturday that the meat place that I bought it from, that my mom, who is very poor health, she's 72 years old, and she went in there, and one of their butchers tested positive for COVID-19. And the thing that stinks about it is that they didn't tell anybody for 10 days. And the only reason they told us is because we were on social media talking about it, because there was a rumor going around from a disgruntled employee that they heard that this guy was positive. So this guy was positive for several days, probably carrying the virus, because you can have between 2 and 14 days, you don't have any symptoms. And so by the time he had symptoms, it had already been probably a week that he was there, plus an additional 10 days. So probably 15 to 18 days. People were exposed to him. So, and so I don't know, it's not good. So I threw away the meat because it started kind of smelling a little weird and funky. And so, I ended up throwing it away. And so anyway, so I have to make some new one. And so, yeah, that's really what's going on over here. I'm just trying to not get in a slump. I will tell you guys that a few days ago, I was in such a good mood. The weight wasn't even off. Like, I was just in a genuinely good mood. And it was, I had put on my Instagram an Insta story, just my smile, and I laughed, and I had some filters, and everything was great until, I don't know how she got a phone, but my niece sent me a message in response to my Instagram. And it just, my heart, like, I felt, it's going to sound so odd, but I felt violated. Like, this is my personal, private, like, Instagram. I have it for you guys. And I feel like I can't now post things, especially if they have to do with her. Now, if she sees this, listen, she sees it, that's what's going on. But so she is posting like crazy stuff on Instagram, and she has a Snapchat. I think she leaves on Friday from this other house that she's at. I don't know. I've been trying to kind of get information, but because she looks so happy on the Snapchat and the Instagram post, I mean, she's kind of off the deep end. She's like, posting sexy photos and things like that. And I don't know, but I'm really, 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 really trying not to let it get to me mentally. I told her today, you are in charge of you. it is not on my watch. If you're going to do the things that we have told you not to do, and you're going to do the things that we've cautioned you about or tried to teach you about, and you're still going to do them, it's on your watch. It's not mine anymore. And so I basically put a notification pause so I can choose to go see if she's responded to me instead of it keep coming through. Because in the beginning she was like firing off, you know, messages on Instagram, and it would notify me. I didn't want my kids to see it. I didn't want any of that. I don't want to be like bombarded. And so I felt very violated when she was communicating with me on my Instagram. So I have not posted a lot on Instagram because I don't want to feel like I'm exposed, and not being able to be real. And so I just felt, so a couple days after that, I was back to feeling like I'm not away from her, like feeling like I don't have my life back and I don't have the peace. For whatever reason, she does not bring peace. She does not bring any of that. And I know it's not her fault. It's just the way that she is. It's just her character. And how it's been all these years. And so I'm not mad at her at all, but she does steal my joy and steal my peace away. And so I choose, and I will continue to choose, not to have a lot of contact with her, or my children either. There's really nothing good that comes out of it. And there's nothing, I just feels like I'm just like a leech is sucking out everything that I have. And so, you know, I would appreciate if you guys don't come at me and post all these disgusting things that I'm mean or I'm whatever. Unless you walk a mile in my shoes, you have no idea what I have been through or what I have done for her. I don't owe her or her parents anything. I have not committed to doing anything. I did it out of the kindness of my heart, but I needed to draw a line, and I'm glad I did. And I think there's a part of me that is going to be able to draw that line against food. But right now, because I'm trying to get away from her and away from everything that was part of her, and then this whole thing has happened with the school, and then being home, and me not going to the mall and getting my steps in and not having any breathing space, I'm feeling very very closed in, like a captured lion. Like I feel like I'm closed in and I don't have an outlet. And so you guys are my outlet. I love making the videos and keeping you guys updated on things. There's not really a lot going on here except that I'm just trying to navigate through homeschooling and life. And as I said in my other video, nothing about me wants to be a teacher. Mad respect for all of you teachers out there, but there is nothing in my life that wants to be a teacher. Listen, if I got a teacher's salary, maybe I would put effort and want to do something more, but I am just navigating through life. And I got, you know, ABC Mouse, they helped me get a discounted, you know, all the families through the school gets a discounted rate. It was like $55 for a year for 3 kids. So I got ABC Mouse, I got Lexia Core 5 reading or something. I got Prodigy. I got, I don't know, Zoom. I mean, we're Zooming with the teachers all the time. Zoom this and Zoom that. And so anyway, so I'm just trying to navigate through life and keep all of my iPads and phone and computers with the latest things so they can each sign in on them at any given point and read books and do papers that they give us and things of that nature. And so that's that. I feel so good getting it all out. All right, so that is going to be it for this video. It's already almost 25 minutes long. Thank you guys for sticking with me. As always, please like and subscribe and share and all that great stuff. And I love you guys, and I hope you guys are all well.